Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Ref the District. I'm Nathan Perry. That's Trevor. That's Stoner. And we're bringing you the best DC sports content out here on YouTube. And today's video is going to be our edge Russian defensive players of the year. Who are you going to start bench cut? We got the Bosa brothers with Chase representing DC here, which I'm surprised so far. And a lot of the comments and whatnot, no one's even brought up the fact that they would take Sweat over Chase. So we didn't even give them that option. But let's start with Trev here on the start side of things.
To be honest, before we get into that, this was really, really difficult.
Good. I'm glad you said that because I didn't think it was as easy as a lot of people are making out to be. And if you look at the statistics, which you guys know I love my statistics, it's a lot closer than what I think people are. I think, honestly, what I think that comes down to for some people that are really quick to disregard our man Chase is the sour taste they have in their mouth from last year's lackluster
recency effect.
You can't. Yeah, when you do start bench cut, you got to look beyond the previous year. You have to. I'm not a stats guy, so to go along with Nathan's stats, I just watching and following their careers.
Sniff test. Just call what it is, Trev. It's a sniff test.
Here we go. Yeah. Little background, in my opinion. All from Ohio State, I believe. All same position. All top 5 picks, each of their drafts, all explosive, all same, technique, same, whatever. Even when it comes to injury, okay? Chase is the second year. If you want to give him a pass, you can, but not really because, it's his third year coming up now. He got injured his second year, but Nick Bosa, good when healthy. Joey Bosa, just as good, if not better, because he's older. When healthy. Chase Young, we saw what he did his rookie year. When healthy. So that's why it's so hard, because they're all the same player. Essentially. So with that being said, starting, I'm just gonna go with Joey Bosa, because he's the eldest man out of the group. He's been in the NFL longer.
Going with the elder statesman there.
Yeah. Same production at the ages of Chase and his younger brother, probably. I'm not a stats guy, but I'm assuming just by watching and following. So, I'm going to start Joey just off of veteranship.
Did all three of them blow out their knee? I'm pretty sure Nick and Chase, we know Chase did. I'm pretty sure Nick did. Joey, I'm not sure. So
is it Joey's back maybe or something? I'll look it up.
It was significant injury in his third year because he only had the 6 games started on.
So
on
Nick
and then, of course, then he missed a few games in 2020 as well.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was just curious, and I had totally forgotten that all 3 of them came from Ohio State. I'd forgotten that little nugget right there. Ohio State just churns out pros year in and year out.
Those edge rushers. They, all 3 from Ohio State. Again, I mentioned the fact that each of them were defensive rookies of the year as well. 2 of the 3 made a Pro Bowl in that rookie year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So Joey didn't, right?
Joey did not make it despite being the defensive rookie of the year.
Yeah.
So Joey had a cervical neck strain in 2016. Dislocated finger in 16, thigh hamstring strain, pedal foot bruise in 18.
Pedal foot, I hate when that happens.
And then November 2020 had a concussion. And then
but when he missed his significant time, that was the back.
2021 ankle sprain, pull unspecified, and then another concussion in December of 2021. So
he's had a bunch.
Yeah,
I think that's
those injuries, especially pedal foot, you can relate to that playing a little too much Mario Kart.
But that just so he's been injured, I guess, way more because he's been in the league longer too, I guess.
Yeah, a lot longer.
But when he's healthy, he's he was Joey Bosa for a reason. So that's why I start for there. This is hard. So hard. I do it on the fly. You guys know, and if anybody really watches, I do all these on the fly.
Yeah.
So Joey Bosa. is my start.
Stoner, are you on the fly as well, or did you dig a little bit like me? And I literally have had the stat pages up all day.
Yeah. Believe it or not, I actually did a little research on this particular one.
Good.
And because of that research, I ended up changing my mind on the old sniff test, on the old just looking at it from the outside. And
I'm the sniff tester. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm normally right there with you, Trev. Right? You just watch and you just know what you believe is good football and what is not. And in this particular case, the three of them, like you said, they're all very even. They've all been defensive rookies of the year. They've all been to Pro Bowls. They've all had missed at least like half a year with a significant injury. But the difference is, I think what you just mentioned, Trev, is all those injuries with Joey. And I believe he had a major injury in college, his junior year.
Yeah,
and I think he sat out his senior year just because he was preparing.
Maybe that's where the back came from.
Yeah. So that scares me a little bit more than ACLs do. I mean, we saw just today in the first day of off-season workouts or whatever, Chase Young, maybe 4 months removed from blowing out his knee, is already working out without a knee brace, and that's significant. I don't think he's going to be ready for week 1. That's totally different level of play, but he's already doing things that you can't do with those other major surgeries. So Joey's not my pick.
Right.
I am going to pick Nick Bosa. Because what he did just in this last year, and I know this isn't just what happened last year sort of thing, but I like how he came off of that major injury and became a candidate for defensive player of the year and had 15 and a half sacks.
The highest total from any of the three.
Yeah. That in itself in 1 year makes me want to have you as my starting defensive end. So I'd rather have Nick Bosa because and the reason I don't have Chase is obviously the simple facts that he's only done it for 1 year.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have the just the foundation yet. And he was not having a good year last year. So you can say injury and everything. He was not good last year. He had 1.5 sacks more than I did. Over the course of 8+ games. So that's why I can't start him. So I'm starting Nick Bosa. There's my long answer to that question.
I kind of like that more than Joey, but I stick with Joey.
It does bring up a lot of valid points there because I mean, if you're looking at the production level, Joey's got to be a slam dunk here. I mean, he's been to the Pro Bowl all but the 2 years, one of those being his rookie year where he got Defensive Rookie of the Year. He's hit double-digit sacks 4 out of the 6 years that he's been playing,
very productive.
Which is so very, very productive in there. Nick Bosa just barely missing his rookie year with 9 sacks. And then, of course, the major injury in 2020 that left him with nothing. But then that huge monster year last year. So, I mean, the Bosa brothers are really where I'm kind of getting between the start here is maybe hinting a little bit towards what's to come for me on the bench and cut side. But those injuries are kind of, stacking up a little bit. He has had missed significant time his rookie year, which probably also led to not making the Pro Bowl. Missed significant time in 2018 and missed significant time in 2020. So despite the fact that he's productive when he's out there, injuries only tend to pile up as you get older. Yeah, I'm going to go with the man in San Francisco.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take Nick Bosa to start as well. So Stoner, I'm with you.
Yeah, buddy.
I'm with you. We're gonna go with the guy who showed that he can be explosive and productive after a major injury here last year, notching again those 15.5 sacks that we mentioned, the highest of the three. Super just terrorizing. 32 QB hits, 21 tackles for a loss, just absolutely, being a disruptive force there in San Francisco. So I'm going to start Nick Bosa.
Okay. And that's fair. So that's 2 for Nick and 1 for Joey. Yep. So far, Chase gets no votes.
No votes.
is not surprising based on all the comments that we got today on our Twitter page and on our community page on YouTube. I counted some of them up here, right? All the votes, right?
Yeah.
So for starting, Nick Bosa got about almost 90% of the votes for starting. Nick Bosa did. Joey got a little bit more. Chase did get a couple. One of them got called out because they're just a straight homer, and they said it doesn't matter. I'm picking Chase no matter what. So, and that's kind of what we expected with some of these. So, yeah, there was a lot of people who chose Nick Bosa to be their starter.
My favorite is Kevin's, which is, he says, too painful. I'm not showing up to class and take the incomplete. Ask me next semester.
Yeah, that's right.
I like
that's his way of saying he's cutting Chase, right? But he doesn't want to actually be the one to do it. So,
all right. Well, let's make Trev the first one then on the bucket here for on the hot seat for bench and cut. Chase Young, our guy, still out there.
All right. Well,
you gonna take him, or you gonna take the other Bosa brother?
I'm a sniff test guy. And I like your point of Nick Bosa bouncing back after that significant injury and putting up 15.5 sacks and making himself a candidate for Defensive Player of the Year. That's why he's going to be on my bench, because of that reason right there. And I'm cutting Chase. I'm cutting Chase Young, and here is why. You guys all know, watching and listening, everyone in the world, I am a Commanders fan. I love Chase Young. I know his parents personally. I really do. But I'm cutting him based on his career in the NFL right now. Face of the franchise got the best of him, and it cost his career name already this early in his career to be slandered a little bit. The whole not showing up to OTAs last year was a big deal to a lot of people in this room that start with the name Stoner and end with the name Stoner. Me and the guy Nathan fought him all year, talking about it's not a big deal, not a big deal. Well, we saw on the field it was a big deal. Okay. We went to training camp. He got all the love at training camp. I was one of the fangirls out there as well, but you just saw it that he knew he was the quote unquote, he was the shit. He knew it already. He took the face of the franchise and ran with it.
Trev, we stood out there that one day when him and Sweat came over to the crowd, and you had the protocol, so you couldn't get that close. And they just basically stood there and laughed
and was like
attention.
Like zoo animals, animals, like look at me stretch, and we're gonna do small talk and handshake and click, 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 click,
throw
click,
some
click.
passes.
Guys, and not even interact with the fans at all.
It was
at all. He was opposite. And okay, I don't even want to get too personal because I know that's not who he is, but his actions as a rookie were opposite than what his parents were showing themselves. Like they were like interacting with fans and like not being like, yeah, that's my son. Like, don't talk to me. It was like, yeah, that's my son. Like, but he was showing, not saying he is like that. Okay. Again, but he was showing as like, yo, I'm this and that. Like
just came across that way.
Yes. And then, missing OTAs and then, doing appearances on the shop, which is great. I love he did it. I really am. But like, it's now that this has happened, cut him. He's a distraction on the team. That's why I would cut him, because of off-field antics.
To be clear, cutting him from this
from this,
not from the Commanders,
not getting rid of him on the Commanders.
From this group of three, no, I'm starting him every day, but like realistically, out of this group, I'm cutting him and I'm benching Nick Bosa because Nick has bounced back. We don't know Chase can yet because it's his third year, but just based off previous, I'm cutting Chase. He's just got the best of them,
I gotta apologize to my man Trev for putting him up first to be the sacrificial.
No, I don't care. It is what it is.
So,
I mean. It is what it is.
We do cater to our Commanders fan base, and we're Commanders fans ourselves, and it's a hard decision. Stoner, are you gonna save face from cutting Terry McLaurin, or are you gonna go down this path again?
Let's make sure that I don't think missing OTAs affected his play directly on the field. I think the mindset of I don't need OTAs.
Yeah,
I can just be great because I'm Chase Young. It's just a mindset. It's a subconscious feeling that he has, and it came across on the field. Now, if he missed OTAs again this year, he could still go out there and have 20 sacks. I don't think OTAs are important to your play on the field. It's your mindset of saying, I don't need it. That was my whole point.
Which translate to the play on the field.
Yeah, exactly. And then secondly, when he didn't have a great year last year, and he wasn't doing well last year, and even before that, I stood here or sat here in this forum, and I said the Commanders botched it by drafting Chase Young instead of Justin Herbert. And I still believe that, but I still think Chase Young has great things ahead of him. And I believe he will bounce back because he does have natural ability. He is a hard worker. He does have a great attitude. He is an awesome teammate. Hopefully he can show that he can be coached, because I didn't really see that last year. It seemed like he had the same move the whole year, just bull rush.
I'll talk on that. Remind me when it comes to me. I'm going to talk on that.
However, I'm a Chase Young guy. I criticize the heck out of him because of, like I said, he had 1.5 more sacks than I did last year. So I criticize him because I know
your guy.
The talent that he has and the difference that he can make. And when you look at the stats, if you want to go stats, he was more disruptive. He has more forced fumbles. He's the only one of the 3 that has a touchdown. On average, he has more forced fumbles. He has passes defended. He has more disruptive plays than these other guys do. All those sacks are obviously disruptive. He doesn't have that, but he has other things. If you remember that Denver game, when at the end of the game, when he
gave him a shot,
stripped the ball to give them a shot at the end of the game, when everybody thought the game was over, and he didn't, and he made a play. So he does things like that make a difference. Having said all that, I'm benching Chase Young and I'm cutting Joey Bosa. I want Chase Young because he's only 22, 23 years old, and he has all the potential in the world. And I feel like Joey Bosa is starting to get to that age, and with his injury history, that he's going to be a liability on defense. So I'm keeping Chase Young on my team, and I'm going to bench his butt until he gets better. Then we'll see what happens. So there you go. Joey Bosa getting cut. Nick's starting. Chase is on my bench. Joey's cut. There you go. That's my
yeah. I mean, he coming out. Chase Young was considered a generational talent, the best edge rusher people have seen in years, and that's what the Bosa brothers going. Nick going the year before, and Joey just a few years before that. You talked about the coaching, and I've seen that a couple times, that he's just got kind of like the one move. If you're watching, you guys like to do the sniff test. We all watch the games. It seems like that's how they're trying to coach the edge rushers, is to kind of go deep down. And I think we talked about this in one of our episodes, but I think what the concept there is, you have disruptive interior linemen. So if you bring the tackles straight back, it opens it up for them to be disruptive in the middle. And I think that's part of the coaching there. And then Chase would get himself in trouble by kind of going off script. And a lot of that's just trying to play off of instinct and everything. So I think that there's still some stuff there to see from him. And for the second time this show, Stoner, I'm with you.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
It's gonna for a lot of these reasons, right? We said he's a generational talent. He's shown a lot of potential. Those game-making plays, you're absolutely right. Like, he is a highlight reel in ways that don't think that, like, Joey's consistent and he's going to give you high caliber play, and you're not going to go wrong with having him on your team.
Right.
But I still believe Chase Young has that great potential to really do things. Book it right now. $1 if you want. He's getting double-digit sacks.
I don't know about that. I don't know about.
You want to do the $1?
You guys,
Yes,
you guys. I don't
No,
know.
I won't. I won't.
You're not
Because
gonna
I don't
go
want to bet
Nealon?
against him. I don't want to root for him to not get there.
Trevor, I know we're bleeding burgundy and gold right now, and we're kind of looking at the world and this through burgundy and gold glasses. But I really do think that there are a lot of those factors that Stoner brought into play here. The fact that he's youth, the fact that he does have this disruptive talent, that he was seen as a generational talent, and that's just years after Joey came out here, are the reasons to go with him. You really can't go wrong with any of these three on your team. I just expect Chase Young to, over the next 5 years, to have a better career than Joey Bosa. And that's why I'm benching Chase and then cutting Joey. But you can't go wrong with the guy who, again, has 4 Pro Bowls, the defensive player of the year himself, double-digit sacks, consistently. Something that Chase didn't. Defensive rookie there. Sorry. Thanks for the correction there.
And Nick has been to the what? Has he been to this? He's been to the NFC Championship.
Yes, the San Francisco.
Twice, maybe.
Did they make it in 2019?
I don't remember the first time they made it, but it wasn't that long ago. And
when did Jimmy G go to the Super Bowl?
They lost in the Super Bowl in his 19? Rookie season. Yep.
Yeah, so he's been to the NFC.
So he's got that kind of experience.
I know this is hard.
Oh, no,
I cut Chase because of off the field stuff, which I know you guys like.
Honestly, Trev, I think that's fair. But here's the thing that I really want to kind of. I think he's hungrier now than he was last year.
Yeah,
last year he was. Yeah, he was joking with Montez and the team and the reporters. We're gonna break the record. There was a lot of that celebrity status that he was eating up.
Yeah.
And
I
so
based it off of that and
but here's the thing: you base it off of what's going to happen this year. He's showing up to the voluntary workouts.
If that's the case,
he's buying into it. He is ready, and I think that he wants to prove a lot of these haters wrong. I think if anything, he felt embarrassed to only have 1.5 more sacks than Stoner.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I
think
agree
he's going to have a really big breakout.
I hope he does. But with this group right here, I'm just basing off of.
Do you guys think that he'll play in week 1?
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is September.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's already pushing weights like that with no brace.
ACL injuries these years
Williams
are
towards
like
ACL. They were like second round,
9-month 9-month rehab.
His
rehab
and so
he'll be back.
He's a first round prospect now. Yeah. Because of his rehab.
We might not see the same Chase Young that we want to see until probably mid-season.
Yeah.
I think
but he's still going to be there. And I still think that, if anything, I think that might actually benefit him a little bit more because he won't be able to use just pure strength and athleticism, that he's going to have to use some of these moves and techniques and everything.
I'm going to be completely honest. I'm not.
Yeah, you can. You can change.
No, I'm about to be completely honest right now. Because it's been a rough one here the past few weeks. The last graphic I saw had TJ Watt on it instead of which one? Joey or Nick? Which one was it?
I think Joey, it was instead of Nick.
Joey.
Okay,
no, it was always going to be Joey, and it was instead of Nick.
I didn't know both of them were on there until I saw the graphic today. So I was thinking the whole time like TJ Watt, So I was kind of thinking, so if it was TJ Watt up there, that was going to be even tough.
Yeah,
because that's to me, TJ, and the reason why we took TJ off was because it was a slam dunk.
Yeah, it's no brainer.
You start him.
TJ Watt's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, you're right.
TJ Watt's a Hall of Famer. I mean,
he had 20 sacks last year.
Player of the year. Did he get the sack record last year?
He did 22.5. So I think he.
Like one short or something. I mean, he's going to the Hall of Fame, Trev. He's a slam dunk.
This man, the reason why we kept TJ Watt off of this, and this is just some bonus material for our listeners who make it to this point. One of the big reasons why we booted him from the start bench cut because it was so clear. Dude, since his sophomore season, 13 sacks, 14.5 sacks, 15 sacks, 22.5 sacks.
Yeah.
defensive player of the year votes. He finally gets defensive player of the year last year. So he had back-to-back years, four Pro Bowls, AP won. Like, this guy is just an absolute monster. And as far as like injuries, game starts 15, 16, 16, 15, 15. So no injury history here. This man's just playing and terrorizing.
He's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you think?
He's something else.
Some more bonus content.
Yeah.
JJ Watt's a Hall of Famer. TJ Watt's a Hall of Famer. The third Watt brother, he barely gets on a roster. What happened? Like,
he's a fullback.
It's like the Manning
doesn't
brothers.
play
You have
he chose to be a fullback. Like, duh. Fullbacks haven't been good since the 90s. They haven't been utilized since the 90s.
Right. He probably went that route just to get some playing time, because otherwise he wasn't going to play with his brothers, right?
Yeah, and what's his name? Exactly. That's
the
my
third
point.
Watt brother.
The third Watt brother. Nobody knows. Poor guy.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap it up. Let us know in the comments what you do here. Who are you starting, bench, and cut? Do you got those Burgundy Gold glasses on like Stoner and I do? Trev's cutting our man, but I expect some big things.
Maturity on my squad.
Is Chase Young going to get double-digit sacks this upcoming season? I say he is. Stoner's not going to bet against me. Trev, where are you at with that?
I'm not going to bet.
He will not get double-digit sacks this
I don't
year.
think so.
All right. Well, I at least am a big supporter of Chase. We'll see who in the comments.
Oh, it doesn't mean I'm not. I'm just saying he's not going to.
Don't
you see how he did through that stuff? Well,
I'm a big supporter.
I'm a big supporter. You already had me talking about his character earlier on Ohio when I cut him. Now he's like, no, don't put me in that.
If you want to see more of these three yahoos in front of you, you can catch us live every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. So catch us then. And until next time, be a fan. Hey, thanks for watching us here on Ref the District. While you're at it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Check out one of these other videos here as well. We create lots of great content. Of course, we're live every Wednesday at 7:30. Things get pretty heated there as well. Until next time, be a fan.